Exactly. I hope I can help you guys to improve if you this kind of world we're living online world. So I start like this because I want to show you the difference between a professional camera, or I prefer to call it professional, a professional camera, and a webcam or even a phone. So right now, my image is with my DSLR, which means it's a normal picture photographer camera. But those new ones, nowadays don't need to be so new, but they have output that send a signal for my computer, and my computer understand and assume that my camera is working as a webcam. Okay, but it's not a webcam; it's a professional camera. And I start like this. Why? Because if you see the background is white, kind of, and the Miguel studio is full of light, basically all day. What happened normally with if we go for a webcam, the webcam doesn't do what we want. Webcams and phone cams do whatever they want. So they read the light overall through the frame, the whole frame. They made some kind of a lecture, a light lecture, and then they decide whatever. A professional camera, we can work much better. Even so, I start like this because if you noticed, my face is quite dark. And Miguel now gonna turn on one light, one simple light. You guys can buy for, I don't know, 100 or even less, 100 euros or even less. Wait, Miguel. I can do this kind of, now we all in the discotheque, quite funny. The light does this kind of games. And now, if you noticed, now I'm much better, true? Now you guys can see me all. So now my light is quite balanced with the background. So it's much better for you guys to understand my image as a professional image. And what happened, I know that you guys have different kinds of lives. Some lives, and Miguel is doing some lives, some workshops that is, Miguel is just speaking for the camera. Basically what I'm doing right now. So you just need this kind of frame, a little bit closer or wider, but basically this, and a great sound. Another important thing is a great sound. A great sound makes all difference. Right now we have a microphone, this kind of microphone, a professional microphone. You can see here also, those ones that I can be wherever in the room, and my sound will be the same wherever I am. You still hear me the same. I could be outside even. So it's okay for even to give a lesson, because the sound keeps always the same. So first, professional camera, second, professional light, third, professional microphone. I'm just calling professional to keep it, aside of every thing about computer or even phone. Miguel is here plugging the phone, I think, somewhere. Miguel, you have a phone already, true? The image of the phone. Yeah, can you put that one? So you guys on the Zoom probably have another camera there. It's me on the phone also, true? Can I see it, Miguel, there? It's there. Okay, so now you can basically compare. It's me talking to the phone. Is now here, you see? And it's quite different, huh? Sounds much more professional, the camera, than the phone. Something happened with my camera. Miguel just touched some. What have you done?
No, nothing. It's still everyone's still there.
Ah, everyone's still there. It's me that
I made. I hotspot both of the cameras. I spotlighted both, so we can see both.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. You can do it again because I think I changed, no?
Blame it on me. Blame it on me. No problem.
You guys are much more experienced than me in Zoom. I'm experiencing this kind of thing. So with the phone, I'm gonna show you basically what we have here. So, and Miguel and me, back in the day, we decided to bring to the studio for Miguel could give online lessons and online world much better. Miguel, can I change the camera for the front one?
Yeah.
Here, true? Okay. So if you guys see the phone, we have the computer plugged with the cable to our big screen, and you guys are all there, see? We have this camera. It's a normal camera with the receptor. This is the receptor from my microphone plugged in the camera. So this camera is telling to the computer, basically sending for my computer the image and the sound, which in the Zoom appears as the name as USB camera. So when I plug the sound and the image on USB camera, I have both the image and the sound. And I have here the light. The light is a normal light, LED light. You guys can even ask one on eBay from China, whatever, and you can find some of them really cheap. And this is the basic stuff. I want to call this the basic set. Why? Because with this, Miguel can give classes, not only speaking, but also working, doing his own workout. And he can zoom in and zoom out with the professional camera, and the camera stay all the time there on the tripod, and he can just turn left or right and zoom in, zoom out for any device on his studio. And the other part is because he can zoom in and zoom out, nothing moves. He can only move the reformer, the Wundershare, whatever he wants, and the sound. The sound with this kind of microphone is good. Another kind of microphone that also works nice is the earplugs. So if you guys have those iPhone earplugs, these kind of things, they normally work really good for the sound. I advise this. You don't need to buy all the sets right away, but I always advise to use these kind of things if you only want to work with your computer or iPhone. So this is the minimum required. And the advantage to have this big screen is, imagine Miguel is doing an online workshop, and then he asks to the students to do the same exercise he's doing. With this kind of screen, he can see everyone almost at the same size as this screen, So he can basically correct the posture of the student and understand it really well while he's doing the exercise also. So if he doesn't have this kind of screen, he always running to the computer to try to see if someone is doing good or bad. So it's really, really nice to have this kind of set. Yeah, and that's it. I don't know if you guys have any questions. You want to know anything in particular?
If you have to go to some other apparatus, what would you recommend to move the camera? Rolling, I mean, something that you roll around the studio, or something that you put around the studio?
My advice, and here the way we work is Miguel have always his phone ready, like we are doing here. We can have the professional camera and the phone, and then he can show even two different angles of the same exercise. Imagine that Miguel, can you go to even to the guillotine. So Miguel is there, and I'm gonna change the. So guillotine is there. With this kind of set, I don't move much. I just do zoom in or zoom out and left or right, you know? So it becomes really easy to work with this. If Miguel decides to go to the Cadillac, I do the same basically. And the Cadillac is too far. No, it isn't. I just close again my camera and I have Miguel there ready to shoot, you know. It's not the same, the best angle, maybe not. Maybe it's not the best angle, but for that, again, we go with the phone and we put the phone on a different angle as we want. And then we have two different angles, okay? So now you guys decide what you want to see, the first angle or the second. Sorry, because the camera went on a wide angle, but you also see the space. So see, it's quite big and far the camera from the devices. But if you have a zoom, it's easy to go and close up in wherever you want. Could be here, could be the Miguel doing the wound. I think you're seeing also the Miguel's computer there. Miguel, you have the computer also connected or no?
It's connected. It's right there. The dark one.
It's the dark one. Where is the image of the computer? Is there the dark one? See, look again. Because the background on the computer is really, really bright, Miguel is basically dark. So what Miguel needs there to change the curtains on the back, on his back, or to put some light on the front, you know. But this is like because computer just do whatever he wants, you know. If he changed the Cadillac to the wall and put the camera on the window facing the wall, everything changes and maybe it doesn't need anything. So you guys need to understand really well your own space, you know, your own studio, where is darker, brighter, and if you don't have professional gear, at least you can do something better for sure, you know. There's always a corner where the light is much better and you can do it. I'm seeing all of you guys, and I see Andrea there, you know, really dark. For example, I see Rossi quite balanced, the face and the background, and the background is white, but quite balanced. It's okay, the image. Then body in motion is okay. I think it's okay also. iPhone of Paola, it's basically filming down up, so I don't know. It's the same. Two cameras for body in motion. Okay, she's already there. Huh? Computer and iPhone. Okay. So, and Laura is in the countryside, maybe in the forest, enjoying. It's nice weather there. Doesn't seem, but quite cloudy. It's okay. So this is what we use. Of course, when you go for this kind of gear, you need to understand there's some kind of things you need to understand. What is an aperture on camera, shutter speed, white color balance, and cables to connect everything. You know, it seems a little bit too much. It's not so much, you know. It's basically when you need one or two lessons and then you can do everything. You know, of course, it's easier to do it with a phone or a computer. It is, but I think when you present stuff like this, everybody gonna look to you a little bit different, okay? We are talking about being professional, you know? So I think it's worth it. And it's always interesting to understand how much can cost all of this. Yes, it is. But to Miguel, because I'm a photographer and I have like, I don't know how many cameras I have, so I kind of give to Miguel everything, but look into this kind of set without the TV, and the TV is a 65 LCD 65 inches LCD, which you now find it for 500 euros, not more. But the camera itself, you can find a camera that works like this with lenses already, like all in one, for 400, 500 euros already. Microphone, if you go for one of these, which I advise, it's really good. I think all of you are understanding me quite well. The voice it's nice. So I advise, and you also can find nowadays for 200-300 euros. So, and the light, you put like 100 more. Of course, cables, they should be good. I can say, look, if you guys spend 1,000, you can have this kind of set, and it basically gonna help you a lot in the future. And it's 1,000 that I think is worth it. It's worth it because you guys have a studio. If you guys have a studio, the price of a Cadillac and a reformer and everything. You guys invest a lot, and then you forget the part of have a good image, And today's I told Miguel, like, even before COVID arrived, Miguel, I think you need to be really strong in online world, because it's the future in a way, and then COVID time just knocked our doors, and unfortunately, but in the online side of it, we just jump for the online world right away, and now everybody needs to understand it and be strong on it, because it's going to be the future. It is right now the present, so it's nice to have a professional image, professional sound, and you all gonna profit from that. Miguel can give some inputs also, because he's experiencing this every day. So, and I think he also receives sometimes some good feedbacks from the students. So I don't know if you want to ask even me or Miguel something more. I'm gonna put some light to Miguel also.
Yes, Laura, tell us.
Yes, what angle would you advise for the clients?
Well, I was expecting that question. By the way, it's the sound. You can listen to me as well, because I don't have microphone. It is good, the sound as well. Okay, perfect. Ideally for me, if you could have always two cameras, I always ask to the clients, students or not. It is true that lately I have got most of it is teachers already, so they work with a phone and a computer at the same time. I try to have them always in two cameras. For me, would be the best, like one laptop and one laptop or the phone with a side view, and then the kind of diagonal front view. That would be the best. If not, I always would go for side view. It's the one that you can have more reading about that, because it's all about that, right?
Yeah. And sorry, Miguel, but
No
even when you guys use the side one in architecture, it's like taking pictures of architecture or inside houses, or there's one thing that is really important, and I'm going to show you guys. Can you?
Yeah.
Because if you look to the background, I'm gonna move that camera, and you're gonna see the lines. And there's one little details that the lines help you a lot to fix the camera in a good angle. And normally the lines should be straight. If you move the camera up, down, they're gonna be like this or the opposite. I'm gonna show you.
And with the phone happens exactly the same.
The phone is even worse. So, the camera should not be like filming up and pointing down like this to the reformer. To do something like this, I should go with the camera down and put the line straight. like this. See the lines completely straight. Okay. This shows always much better professional image for the camera. Oh, okay. And again with the zoom, let me. Okay, I'm gonna close now. Okay, and now I just go with the zoom. I zoom in a little bit, and I have my reformer just there. See, even with all this mess, Miguel in front, two more reformers here, but I can just frame it, and my reformer is there clean. Okay.
Yeah. So Laura, for me, answer to your question, that would be the best angle. If I've got just one camera, that would be my best angle there. It's the battery. And if the persons have got the possibility to have the two, which we all have, like the laptop and the phone, if they can plug in the two, because nowadays everyone have got the laptop and the phone working. So why not use? Because Zoom allows that. Even Skype, I think, allows now the things. But anyway, the Zoom, everyone have got Zoom now. It's a new tool. So use it in a proper way. I think it's always worth it. Even if you have to take like one stays and the other one goes around the room. Well, let's go for the barrel now if they've got equipment at home. Even in the mat, if they just have got the mat, believe me, one side view and the other one like a front view. For you guys to correct is like, bang, you are there. This is one. The other one, very important, and honestly, I know that all of you teach a lot on online, because we have to, unfortunately. The communication, like George was saying, for me to them and them to me is really important. So if they don't have the earplugs as well, the feedback and your as well corrections, they are not so accurate when they don't have that. I know, and they don't have to have the 300 euros expensive earplugs from whatever call this, whatever, no?
Earplugs. The
earplugs, the iPhone ones, the Apple ones, right? That I think they are one of the most expensive in the market to have this. Yeah, the function is great because you can take the sound, the surroundings out and everything. So they've got those extras. But with 80 euros, you can find a really good ones. If you can go cheaper, but with this price, you can find a good. So if you try to say to them, look, it's very important for us to listen to them, to breathe, to listen to them, the feedback, and they receive straight away. Because sometimes like, what? I didn't listen to you, because they are using a microphone. If they don't have the microphone, sorry, they're not using the earplugs. If they don't have it, there is, we've got in Zurich, in our studio in Zurich, a Logic camera and speaker as well. It is great. And I think that it was 300 euros something, but is a camera included, and the camera does an automatic zoom as well. I've got a really good angle that you can, with a command, that you press, a remote control, that you can go zoom in and zoom out, loud, and everything. Is a Logic Tech, the brand. It's one of the best in the market, and we've got it in Zurich as well. It works very well, which I think is great. And another thing that is important as well, if they are adjusting with the phone when you are giving to them, if they've got at least a little big screen like the iPad or whatever, pad, or the laptop, it's even better, because they see you in a little screen like the iPhone or similar. I don't recommend as well. If there is no option, of course, what we're going to do, we're going to say no because you don't accomplish all the rules that we want to. No, it's not fair. Of course not. And it's money, it's investment. But I think you as a teachers, like George was saying, the image I think is pretty good. it's nothing. It's you can have the best version of the iPhone, the 12 Pro, which is the last one. And in the market, George knows about that, and all the critics says it's amazing in the camera. But this is not the most expensive camera. George have got better ones than this one here, much better. For example, like the one that he's going to show you now. But even this camera, for example, this is a Pro, right? A really expensive one that you just use them, and it's like, oh, it's going to be the more than 4K. It's like it's the camera, right? But this is for professional things like video we're doing and stuff. We're not going to use that to zoom, right? So these ones being a USB camera that does full HD, because of the computers now they do that, or 4K. But it doesn't matter the 4K. George told me that and explained to me that it's not important. The HD, yes, because most of the devices now, they are using that. And that definition of the image, even me living in a little village that the speed of the internet is so bad, like really bad, but it works very well. If I had here my hyper speed connection, the hard internet, whatever they called it, the fiber one, it would be even better. But now we are using the 4G and it works really good. The sound and the images, it works good with this, but all together in one. And I work with literally around the world, from Australia to United States. I do that. And the communication, just not speaking about the wireless part, strong the signal or less strong, but this image that you give with definition, it's more personal. It's nothing to do when you point the phone or even the how do you call HD camera or FaceTime camera, they call that on the laptop, FaceTime camera. It's not the same thing, especially on reading the light. And luckily, the studio, as George was saying, it got a really natural light in the mornings, especially in the morning. I've got the sun in front of me, so it works like this light here. So yes, I think that's important when you want to show, because sometimes we have to show the exercise as well, right? So it's hard. For us as a teacher, the other point of view, for example, if I'm teaching Fernanda right now, it will be great. She have got an amazing light. I could see her, right? But let's give the example with one exercise. Fernanda, do you mind to go to your electric chair? If you don't mind, I'm gonna put you to do the workout. I'm gonna take advantage of that. Right, so lucky you. All right, so go to your electric chair. Just this front view, but give me the going up front. I'm gonna give the one that we have to get out of the frame, right? Going up front. I'm gonna miss one very important spot here. Just press the pedal down and the other one up. I'm gonna miss, me as a teacher, I'm gonna miss a huge point, which is the contact spot of the foot and right in the pedal. So what we can do, if I ask her like, Fernanda, can you just go away a little bit more from your chair and the diagonal side view, I will have more vision, right? This is the one that sometimes they say, oh, I can move it from here, or I don't have, another thing that I forgot to say. Tripods for iPads and phones, very important. Tripods. If you don't have a tripod, and use the behind, because I passed that as well. I passed for this stage of finding a tripod on my own. Fernanda, if you don't mind, just place your camera on like a diagonal side view and a little bit more far away from the chair, if you can. You are using a computer or a laptop, or what are you using? A phone?
Oh, a computer.
A computer, right? Okay, so go to a diagonal side view, almost side, and more far away from the chair, if you have got space. As far as you can go, and side view.
Perfect.
That's it, you got already. Right?
Yeah.
So here I see the start, so at least this.
Yeah.
That would be. Right, and the light is good, so there is no counter light. So these kind of angles, guys, look, it is important. If you want to give a good professional job, make them move the camera. It should be not attached to one point. If we have got exercises like this, that we need to see this view, otherwise we will miss the point of the exercise, right? Because I'm looking. Another thing that I'm doing wrong right now, for example, I know we are working as a class, But if I'm giving a workshop, this angle that I'm using to look to the television looker, I should be here. Looking to the camera. So the camera should be higher a little bit, and I'm looking to the camera at the same time that I'm looking to the television. It sounds more professional, right? Here, it's like I'm not looking at you. Here, I'm looking at you, right? I'm looking in your eyes. I'm watching you, right? So this is a big difference, right? It sounds much more professional if you're doing or this, like framed, or this, right?
Another thing that is quite interesting with this kind of set for Miguel is speaking to you guys through this microphone, but Miguel is listening all of you through the TV sound.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to say.
You know, which is amazing. So he's seeing everyone in the TV, but he doesn't need anything on this here. Okay, you guys are here with us. You know, we just put the volume up or down, and that's it. Perfect. You know.
Especially on the group class. If you teach groups, I do recommend that always. I learned a lot with Pilates Link on that. I using the little screen, and honestly, for me, I'm getting old, so my eyes are getting old as well. So I need to use my Googles when I'm in front of the computer. I'm like this, like, let me see what the C curve it is. I'm like this. So with this one, I'm like, oh, I can relax my eyes, and like, I don't need just to use the Googles to go, right? So I need to Google in and just go there and see everyone, like he was saying very well, and it's a good help. If I think it's a very professional if you give corrections when you are in a group class to everyone. I think it's professional. You don't miss any spots and say, look, just go this and go there. At least 1-2 corrections if you are 10 of us or more. So it makes the whole difference. And if your sound is clear, if your image is good when you show, I think it's good to receive that and to give that, right? So
I'm gonna frame Miguel a little better just for you to understand. This is both of us here in the same frame, but to look really nice, and you guys are like in the news. It's just a little zoom, and the background probably will appear like out of focus. And Miguel, through you cut normally through here, and basically you are on the news channel. I'm gonna do Miguel sit in the middle.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you have got any questions that you would like to do? Juliana, I had someone saying that they didn't understand very well the English. I don't know if you want to translate something. Juliana, Andrea, tell me.
I have a question. If you teach online a math class, would you suggest that the client is changing the side in the middle of the class? Because I know they shouldn't look at you, but they do. They should listen, but they tend to look at you. And if they always look at one side, I'm not sure if that's so good. Would you tell them to change side?
It never came to my mind that could be a really good idea. So thank you for sharing with us. But yes, I do say, do not look to the camera.
I do say that too, but they do. Right. They always look to the camera.
Yeah, I know they are a pain sometimes, but it's okay. We just have to cope with that and pretend that we care, but we don't. I'm joking. Of course we don't. We don't want to end up with a neck, a bad neck when we do this.
Tell them that I'm going to show the difference of moving a light.
Okay, it is going to show now with moving the light how it changes in the face as well. But Andrea, would be sorted if we have got the 2 cameras. If they use the laptop and the computer, that would be amazing, or iPad and the phone. That'd be great, because you have got the front angle and the side angle. For you, the side angle. For them, they can watch you in front. So that would be great. Right? If you could give these solutions for them, say, look, you will not stop looking at me. It's okay. I know that I'm very, inspiring to you, let's say like that. So you're gonna face me. So you just face them. And that could be the solution of, are you saying? And yeah. Andrea, what I noticed is most of the times, and I'm not exaggerating, most of the times is they are looking because of the sound. What? Mm-hmm. So they go with the eyes. They try to listen with the eyes. They're Because if you are not doing nothing, what they are looking for? Because sometimes I'm giving classes like this. They just follow my voice, right? And then if I want to show some exercise, I will say, okay, guys, catch your breath, watch me.
Yeah.
So I stop, I take my second camera or I zoom this one and I go there and I show the exercise, which is different as well. Okay, I'm lazy and sometimes George gives me a row. I'm lazy sometimes to set up the camera and everything. So yes, I am. I try not to be when I have a group class. When I've got one-to-one, my tendency is to be lazy. It's like, oh, I'm going to use these because I've got nice lights here. So I use my FaceTime camera and with a laptop, I pin the person and so I can see it very well if it is one person. Two, in the laptop that I have with 13 inches, if I'm not wrong, the screen is already the limit. 3, I go directly to the television, directly. I don't even think, so otherwise I'm gonna be like this. So I'm like pin one, I lose the other one when I pin, so I just pretend, I prefer to, oh, here I am, so I can look at it. And if I see lots of times looking, and say, hold on, just don't look to the camera, put the second camera if you have got, so you can face. Because sometimes what I noticed is, Andrea, in the group classes, not in the personal, not in private ones, in the group classes, they are looking what the other ones are doing. They're like, oh, I don't know these exercises to it. I like me look at them. So it's tricky, but if it is private class and you are teaching like this, not showing the exercises, if you are showing the exercises, tell them, put that on your big screen. Do do you call AirPlay? AirPlay? You call AirPlay?
Yeah, AirPlay.
Do the AirPlay and you have got the screen in front of you and you are listening to me. AirPlay, it's another thing that works very well.
But AirPlay only work with the Apple devices. I don't know if you know that. Only work with Apple, yeah, but it's really easy and you can solve the problem. And now you are guessing what I'm doing with this light, but just to give you some input. Let's bring terror movie. This is a terror movie now. Miguel is teaching a terror movie, like lessons, but light is everything, okay? So let me just show you guys what means moving the light from side, front to down or up, This is no light at all. And now the natural light comes from the window on our right side there. Okay, so Miguel face on the right side have a little more light than the left side. But then the camera is
not focused. Because of the lights as well, right? Because sometimes it goes because of this.
Because there's a lack of lights. But to balance again, what I've done was to put some light on that side. Okay, so this is more or less okay. I like this light on the face. Why? Because it's not completely front angle. Now I'm gonna show you front angle. Front angle is like flat image. This is a flat image.
And I will be blind after 5 minutes, literally.
Yeah, basically. So this is not so good. It works, it works, but it's not good. From spotlight is from top down. Miguel is like, okay, down is the king of the, yeah, and he's the best guy doing Pilates in the world. So he needs the spotlight. This is dramatic side and terror movie, which we don't want, and this is to balance. Balance means that if the light comes in one side and you want to balance the other side, you just give light from the other side, okay? And now we have a more or less a balanced light, okay?
Not too bad, not too bad. Professional, the guy.
Move your hands. Yeah, to the camera to focus.
There?
Yeah, okay.
Balance.
So this is probably one of the most cool lights here now.
George?
Yeah.
I think you should offer your services to Pilates instructors worldwide. I'm sure you will get very rich.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Clean, clean, clean.
Today was the lesson number 1. Okay, I will do a lot of workshops
but
now.
you will have to travel. I think you have to travel and sell the equipment, sell your knowledge. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I will do it. I will
Yeah.
do it.
Exactly.
This started as a joke, but now maybe it's.
Juliana just opened opportunities.
Thanks, Juliana.
Right. Any question that you want to do, ladies, about anything that comes to your mind? Anyway, just think this is just advice that can work or not. If you want to be more or less professional as well on yours, we could get in another world, which is social media world and videos and your backgrounds that you use. And George's always give me, in my head, in order to make the image, because it is the responsible for the social media department on Pilates, that our image is thanks to him from the very beginning. If I can help a little bit resuming my story with Zoom and pandemic stuff, would be very fast. Last March, when we are the first lockdown, I was very depressive, to be honest with this. I don't want this shit. I'm teaching online. Sorry about the word. What the fuck is this? I was like discussing with him, like, I don't want this. So Miguel, no, this is going to be the opportunities. What? Not opportunity. I don't want to teach here. This is not me. I can never teach online. I don't like this. It's horrible. Now I turn around 180 degrees to the other side, saying, yeah, it's opening doors. Thanks to that, I met Juliana in Hong Kong with our amazing friend Ether and Flex Studio. And after that was the opening the doors for everyone, right? For everyone online. I thanks a lot to Pilatology as well, because they put me there and show the work, of course, was the first window. But after that, this online thing and ideas like Juliana had it in all the workshops that I was invited as well, and how do you call the congresses, workshops, no, conference online as well. It opened the whole work. And I always say, and thanks to this guy that I've got here, is if you do it all the way. Remember the video that we posted in Pilates? Exactly. If you do it all the way. Be professional. Don't stay in the middle, because the middle, I think, is the worst state for you to say. We have got a saying in Portuguese, is like a crazy in the middle of the bridge. You don't know where to go, right? The only way is jump off the bridge if you're in the middle. Just don't do that. You cross or you don't cross. But then if you stay in the middle, it's the worst part. If you do it all the way. I think it's to be professional, and your image in the market, it will be professional, 100% sure. Get advisors. I think Juliana, I've got this great idea to, just to share the advisors. Yes, we are into it, and we know, which I'm very happy to do that people they started 1 year ago, more, to copy the things that we are doing. And it got much better. Our image that we pass in Pilates is not the typical photo. We just made it as well as a professional and artist as well, which it is an outsider from Pilates, not anymore, because he's doing everything that he can here.
Basically, Miguel is a lucky guy that have his best friend as a photographer.
Basically, it's like this. So we just take advantage of what we have, and it worked very well, because we start a kind of fun, but always professional. We are pushing each other since we know each other because you have got 1.5 years more than me, but it's our life. Everything that we have done is pushing each other to the limits. There we go. So that we reach the limit, we want more. So this is our goal as well. And here is a good example. If we do it well. If you want to present a workshop online, we'll do it well. I don't know if any of you assisted the Pilates Summit conference that they've done it last year, and this year they're going to do it again. Honestly, we were watching, and I'm sorry, I'm not giving any bad critics. It's what we have in the market, general speaking. The workshop that most of the presenters gave to them was or earplugs, or not even nothing, not even microphone, and just one camera. iPhone camera far away. To be honest, I think you guys that you are doing don't deserve that. You pay for a service, and we're gonna make it as much as we can approach what it is a presential workshop. So you need more than one camera. You need more Zoom.
Nobody knows, but we spent 3 days recording and editing that workshop.
3 days.
3 days.
Guys, just one workshop.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the difference also. You need to have passion also to do it right, you know. In the end, it's good, but don't see it as it's easy. It's not, you know. We just now deliver 2 workshops more for 2 different conferences. And again, we record because we made that first one. Now we know to do it faster, but even so took us to do the 3 days again.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe the next one will take only 1 day, but you know, forgive 1 hour for Miguel to deliver a product as 1 hour workshop for you guys. Buy it. We consider that if you guys are buying Miguel stuff, you need to have a good product. That's our goal. Okay,
It's our image. It's the image that we want to give, professional. I think you deserve that. It's the less that we can do is being professional. It's the same thing for the classes. Is the less we can do is give the best service. And if you have to jump in our equipment, you have to be ready. The sound have to be good. Your image as well as a practitioner, if it is good, I will give you more feedback. So this is the resume. So yes, it is an investment, but I think it's your investment in your career. If I could compare, and sometimes it's hard for me to say that, but it's buying the equipment, right? It's what you want when you buy equipment, right? You want an equipment that have got a huge durability, lifetime, right? And you buy it, and you know that your clients will have the benefit from that. So it's the same thing here. If you do it, it's your career. You dedicated yourself 100% to that. So why not buying the best? Buying the best, I'm not saying just buying like thing in the money, but buying the image, buying the equipment, buying everything that you will be the best that you can give. Buying the best, certification that you identify yourself as well. Because sometimes we're like, oh, what is this? I think it's a battery gone. What is this about buying the best? We don't know what is the best, right? I identify myself with some teachers, and some of them, they say they are the best, but it doesn't go with me, my philosophy of work. So it's the same thing as well when it's about your image, the way you take care of your image, the way you just work with it. So I don't know, it's our philosophy of the school and the team that we have developed. And I think that's why Julian as well bet on us and to show you the way we work. It's because of that, is the image that we pass, and we want to pass as well, is being professional. So those little things, yes, they sound expensive when you say, oh, yes, it's 1,000 euros. But if you look at in time and investment, believe me, it's nothing. It's nothing. Nothing. I think it's worth it.
We are living in the world that image is everything. And if you jump for online world, you basically you are exposed to everything, okay? For all type of critics, okay? The bad, the good ones, whatever. But you are exposed. You are show yourself to everybody. So I think here you really need to worry a little bit and try to work as the best way possible. You know, image is not everything, but it's a lot today. Okay, so I think you guys need to push yourselves a little bit in this kind of new world we're living with this media craziness. Yeah,
It is the reels not is reels now. We don't call the reels, is the reels.
and look, sometimes you guys, I know, because of course Miguel, you guys normally made a huge investment when you buy basically all the machines that we have here on the back. Okay, so easily we are talking about an investment around 20 or even more. 30, you know, 40. I know studios that have like 60. 6 reformers or 10 reformers. So maybe the best option is to buy only 4, and the 5th one you invest in different things, which is everything around, of course. Yeah, exactly. You know, you buy the camera, you buy the light, you buy the TV, and then you are not only ready for putting 4 people in your studio doing the reformer, but you probably are ready to 4,000 reformers in the world, you know, because you jump for the online, and online, there's no limits. You can do a class for whatever, 100 right away. So why you get stuck for 4 reformers right now, when you can give a lesson, the private lessons with only 1, and then you jump for 100 reformers in online world, you know, and be exactly professional, the same professional, and whatever, talk with your students, whatever, you can do whatever if you jump online. And basically with 1 reformer, you buy amazing stuff to jump for the online. You don't even need the,
No.
if you buy a Graz, you don't even need a Graz one.
That's so much a rat.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, any question about anything? No? It's clear as water. Good. That's good. All right. There is
So
no.
I think this workshop or whatever it was just, you know, a little bit of discussion, what is a good image or a bad image, and I just jump a little bit, even maybe too fast for to show you guys the gear. But if you have questions or something, just maybe send a message, and then we can answer
Specify,
back,
yeah.
specifically saying what we are using or something like that. Cables, because there's a little things you need to buy and you need to know them.